Well, as the temperature cools, the action heats up on the green because there are spots available in tonight's gold medal matches, and they will all be decided in this round 3 here at Joondalup Bowls Club for the Pairs Day of the Australian Championships. Welcome everyone, Clive Adams here with Troy Kinane. How are you, Troy?
Good, thanks, mate.
Going to be another cracking match, and we've got the NT taking on the ACT. It's always a battle when the territories take on each other, and this one has a prize on the end of it, but specifically more for the NT boys as they currently lead this table. They are on 2 wins plus 13. The ACT yet to record a win and probably out of action, but they can still have an impact on who makes the final. WA are playing Queensland in this section, Troy. WA on 1 win plus 3, so 10 shots behind the NT, and obviously that win difference. Queensland are 1 win plus 1, so the NT just need to be careful here because whoever wins that WA-Queensland match is within striking distance.
Yep, and, pretty easy scenario for NT, isn't it? Win the game.
Win and you're in.
Ice the section, gold medal, play off in the gold medal tonight. So
let's have a look through the rest of the results as well. So in Section 1 of the men's pairs, New South Wales well on top there, 2 wins plus 23. So as the hooter goes to get us underway, that's Gary Kelly and Corey Wedlock. They're playing South Australia, who are yet to win a game. So it looks like Victoria and Tasmania might be playing out for a bronze medal match position tonight. And it looks like New South Wales, unless there's a big upset there, will take their place in the gold medal match tonight.
Yep.
The women's pairs, ACT lead Section 1 pretty comfortably. They play Queensland though, and Queensland are capable of turning the tables there. And New South Wales plays Tasmania, so we'll keep an eye on that one as it evolves, but the ACT pairing with a handy shots advantage there. And in Section 2, Section 2 is very interesting because there's been a draw in there. So South Australia and Victoria are sitting on top of the section with 1.5 wins each. South Australia with a 4-shot advantage on top. WA have had 1 win. They're plus 5, which is the same shots advantage as South Australia sitting on top. So things can happen there as well. WA are playing against South Australia now, and Victoria are playing the NT. So that's what's happening in all of the men's and women's pairs as we get underway here. And we've got Greg Wetzler and Tristan Smallacombe from the NT taking on Richard Lawson, although we know him as Henry, and Matt Sargeant from the ACT.
And we'll just ask Val Whybrow why he's
Whybrow, yeah.
Whybrow, why he's called Henry.
I think we've had that discussion before. The mixed pairs quickly, Tasmania and South Australia are playing each other in Section 1. The winner of that will play for gold, the loser will play for bronze, and I don't believe the Queensland NT match is going ahead. They are both they've both been eliminated. And in Section 2, New South Wales with 2 wins plus 17, Victoria 1 win plus 16, and they're playing each other. So
interesting.
Looks like the ACT are a chance to make that mixed pairs bronze medal match if New South Wales beat Victoria and the ACT beat WA. So that's what's happening there. So an interesting one there. In fact, the loser of New South Wales Victoria in that one could fall into the clutches of ACT if ACT has a win.
I'm sure you'll be keeping an eye on all of that, Clive, as
we'll try and keep you across most of it. There's action across 2 greens, and we can't get all of the action on the second green, but we'll try and keep you across all of it as we can.
Great start there by Matt.
I didn't think I'd have to talk to these guys about keeping that centre line free for us, but we might have to have a little chat with them about keeping that gap for us, but we'll see how we go. Matt Sargeant, quality player. Didn't play the last couple of games of the side series with just a bit of a knee complaint, but he's all right in terms of competing today, which is good to see. We'll see if we can just get a word to those guys about keeping a bit of a gap down the middle for us. Now Greg with the yellow XGs.
Done a pretty good track here, Clive.
Just needs it to hold on.
Oh, just drifting across. He's knocked Tristan's bowl up though.
Tristan using the Aero Optima. And for the ACT team, it's the black edge factors for Henry. And the lilac Super 10s, Grandmaster Super 10s for Matt Sargeant.
Just need to get down.
He's trying. Well, he's turned it in behind. Based on the fact we've got edge factors and Super 10s for the ACT, we might be saying it just needs to get down a few times, Troy. They're not renowned for massively turning bowls, so
not surprising they're playing the wide hand, Clive.
And every person you say, gee, they're a bit tight, say mine bend. So we'll wait and see how it turns out.
That's not the bowl, Clive. It's how you get him away. Yeah, as we're seeing that, he's holding off there, even on the wide hand, so...
Not a lot of breeze up at the moment. There's enough there to have some influence, but not a lot.
If anything, I think the wind's actually calmed down at the moment.
It's a much calmer day than yesterday.
Even compared to the first game.
Yeah.
I think it's lightened off a little bit.
The wind was up and about yesterday, that's for sure. Great view there.
Was there much of a breeze in that final last night?
No, it calmed
right
for
down.
the final.
Yep.
And that's what we generally expect here, isn't it, Troy? That it just calms down in the evening.
Makes for a good game.
Can Tristan find a way to the yellow? Doesn't want contact on that, so the lilac bowl there just passed on the outside. I think that's probably shot. From our angle it looks like it.
Yeah, I'd say so. Should see Matt's bowl get down, I think, a bit better. He's not, just the weight that did him, the track was very good.
This time?
Just
great effort. Final effort's just going to hold out. And it'll be 1 to the ACT combination that will get us scoring. So Matt Sargeant and Henry Lawson on the board first. Shane, we will be live streaming the final of the women's pairs tonight. Covered the men's triples last night, so women's pairs tonight. And fair to say, we're not really sure who that'll be at the moment because both of those sections have room for that to move.
Well, the way it's going to either way, Clive, it's going to be a cracking game with good quality sides playing in both sections, still alive. So
You know, the ACT have had 2 wins and they're plus 17, but they've got a tough encounter with Queensland, who will know that they need a big win and will play that way. So, and that might just open the door for New South Wales to get a win against Tasmania and relaunch themselves into it in Section 1. As well, that breeze just holding those bowls out. An opportunity for Greg now. Does look like he's travelling a little, so he just needs it to pull up. No, it's probably close enough for shot.
Could be. Pretty close.
Tristan, of course, very familiar with WA conditions, played for many years here in WA. Of course, an Australian champion of champions singles winner just a couple of years ago.
Very good singles player, Tristan.
Plenty of the regulars joining us. Glad to have you all. Just bear in mind, Joe, there's only been one end played, so we only just finished the first end, so the might have gone a little early on saying there's no live scores. I will have a look and see what's there for you. It all comes down to having the volunteers to be able to sit there and provide those live scores. The club's done a wonderful job. It all comes down to just having enough that have got the confidence to actually sit there and use the live scoring app and so forth to do it for us. As Tristan looks to push all the way, just going to come up short. Okay, so we've got 2 games that are being live scored. In fact, we've got all 4 games of the women's pairs that are being live scored. Just need to give them a chance to start, Jay. So all 4 of those women's pairs matches are available on the live scores section under that event. So if you go to the Australian Championships Women's Pairs event in Bowls Link or on the Bowls Now app, or on the results portal on the website and click live, scroll down and you will see the completed matches plus the matches that are currently live. Jay, you'll be pleased to know that the Atkinsons have taken 4 shots on the first end.
Ball there by Greg.
Yeah, landed nicely in there. Perfectly played. I think we're looking for a little bit of weight through that gap. There you go. There's the great view of that. That's almost directly over Henry's shoulder in terms of exactly what he's looking at as he plays this shot. Looking for some weight through the gap.
Just need to hang on. Not going to.
Opens it up though.
Yeah, second prize. That's what Matt was after.
Henry,
get a clear look. Get a clear look. Yep.
Henry, a leader in the ACT representative team in the side series. Played against that rink, actually. Henry's always good company. Great shots.
Yeah, another good ball
Would
there.
hate the fact that that's fallen out. He would have loved to just stay right on the front of that jack. Because look at that. It's still an inviting target for Matt Sargeant. And Matt Sargeant, I can absolutely attest, has every shot in the book and plays them very, very well.
NT do have both back bowls.
Tristan looking like a bit of a cool cat as he heads down the green there. Looking nice and relaxed. Not quite going to get down.
Could get the edge of his own. Ooh.
Did, but to no avail. Tristan will look to turn. Tristan won't be shy with this. He'll look to turn one of those yellow bowls, preferably the outside one, just turn it to jack and close this target down. If he finds the jack himself, he'll be okay with that. And if he gets to the inside one and falls in front of it, he'll be happy with that too.
Just needs to run.
Well, he now wants it to stop. Well, it changes the target. It's not in, but it takes away some of that gap. As you look down there now, instead of getting the gap, you get the edge of the bowl now. So it has changed some angles.
Yeah, he's just looking at a confident draw. Get off the edge of the yellow bowl.
It's not bad. How's the weight? That's the issue. The line was good.
It'll be 2 shots with the bowl to come.
Tristan just with a decision to make here as to how hard he tries with this. Well, while he's doing that, we'll shout out to Tourism Western Australia, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Lottery West and the City of Joondalup. We are walking on a dream, that is for sure, and we're doing so right in the heart of Joondalup town. Experience more in Joondalup town, where it is all happening, and it's all been happening for the last fortnight. Well, Tristan's still using...
He's arriving.
A little bit of, arriving weight. Well, he was looking to pop that side bowl out of there, looking to try and create 5, but they'll be satisfied with 2 and get themselves on the board. 2 shots to 1 the lead to the Northern Territory guys after 2 ends have been played. Blake Butler watching. Saying, go Manning. Good on you, Blake.
No comment.
He's a good fella.
Yep.
And both players just overshooting the mark with their first bowls, but an opportunity to make the correction now. Barbara saying the YouTube is slightly behind the Facebook stream. Well, if you only watch one, Barbara, you won't know. I'm told refresh the page and you'll be, and they should be lining right up. I think Barbara probably likes YouTube because it's easy to get up on the big screen. And Facebook, because she can participate in the comments. I reckon I've called that right.
That's what you call a keen bowls watcher, Clive, if that is the case.
Oh, Barbara is a keen bowls watcher. Don't worry about that, Troy. Yeah. Absolutely.
Good to see.
Nice effort here from Tristan. It's right down to it. Again, sits alongside it, and whilst it's a great bowl, a lot of these players at this level love a jack high bowl just to use as a reference and work up to. You can definitely see the difference in the line of the bowls. We're just holding on the wind. Jason Pinnock watching on as well. G'day, Jason.
Got a good line again here, Clive. Get down right down to the jack. Well done, Tristan.
That's perfect. That ball threatening to fall over right in front of it too. Wouldn't be surprised. I was just about to say, wouldn't be surprised to see big weight. And contact? No. Wow. That didn't miss by much.
Yeah, certainly a coat of varnish in that one.
So it's a nice setup for the NT guys, but they're going to have a little discussion about what they can do to perhaps close this down a little bit, because they've got another 4 fires to avoid. Maybe backhand just up to the split, and they can just turn Tristan's outside bowl just behind the jack. Might be the best outcome. Backhand it is. And we're only talking just draw weight, just to try and nudge things around here and change the look of this.
Anything more
What's
than
he
that?
done? Well, that's very good. He's popped the jack a little further than I would have liked, but it takes the target away a little.
And created holes, so...
Well, Tristan clapped that well, because that is what they were trying to do.
Yep.
You can't always control the outcome. And Henry just on the outside there, pushing past.
I'm just going to swap back to the other hand now, a little further touch of the jack back. 6 inches will certainly be a fantastic result, but just drawing to it.
Not far away either. Doesn't really
want
want
the other side of the jack, but that was unlucky. It was a well played bowl.
Suddenly, it's just a little vulnerable now, isn't it? I mean, there's a chance to sit the bowl or nudge the jack further down the line. Barbara's saying, funny, Matt missed that shot on YouTube and Facebook. And Angela Lorraine watching. Good on you, Ange. Hard worker at Warwick. Led the charge of the Warwick Volunteer Brigade for the Para-Nationals and did an amazing job.
They did a great job out there, and all the, of course we were out there, Clive, on the Monday, and all the players were commenting, providing the feedback that the club did perhaps one of the best jobs that they'd, from a para competition perspective, that they'd actually been to. So that's a real feather in the cap of the Warwick Bowling Club and all the volunteers.
And of course we had the army of volunteers at Sorrento do a fantastic job there as well. And now we're seeing so many people here proudly wearing their Joondalup gear and helping out here. Look at the wind on that. The wind actually changed the direction of that bowl, and it sat the jack high bowl. It was looking potentially at going through the gap. And it looks like Matt might be pushing through this once more. Just controlled weight. Just trying to push up the line and land or trail. Nothing overboard there, just trying to get to a land or trail.
Yeah, it wasn't too far away. It's not a bad effort.
Well, I think there's nothing for tight here for Tristan. I think he'd be looking to get to that outside bowl once again, knowing the wind's going to hold him up down that line, as it's getting up again now. Well, he's going to drop slightly under. Well, this is going to mean weight, I think.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Look, we've talked about this throughout the day. In perfect conditions, this is a little trundle up and sit. In windy conditions, play more weight.
He's playing the softer version. Just needs to hold a bit.
That's where those windy conditions, you're just better off pushing through it a little bit more, because you're going to be turning away right at the end. That's one, and they might go to a tape for a second here, I reckon. Mark, yes, I've got the bowl type, so we'll give you those in just a moment. We'll get to Fiona's comment in just a sec. Oh. Two is the call. 2 to the NT. They lead it 4 shots to 1 after 3. So, Mark, yes, I can let you know the ACT guys are using Edge Factor for Henry Lawson, the lead, and Matt Sargeant using Greenmaster Super 10s. And then for the NT, Greg Wetzler, their lead, is using XGs, and Tristan using Aero Optimus. So we are going to see a slight difference in turn, because the ACT bowls are renowned to be a little tighter, whereas the XGs and the Optimas are probably, I wouldn't say they're a turning bowl, but they're certainly a wider bowl than those other two sets. And Fiona says, fell asleep to your soothing dulcet tones last night, Clive, and had to watch the replay this morning.
I'm not sure whether that's a compliment or a...
Good on you, Fiona.
A sledge.
Let's have a quick look at what's happening on the opening ends of those women's pairs matches, shall we? Turley and Clark for Queensland lead the ACT 5 shots to 2. That's Di Marquette and Kristen Steele. Faulkner and Murphy leading 2-1 after 2 against Deb Lee and Kim Saunders from Tassie. The Atkinsons are leading 7-2 after 3 over, that's the Atkinsons from Victoria over the NT. And a 7-2 lead to South Australia over WA after 3 ends. So they are the 4 women's pairs matches happening right now. It's definitely a compliment, says Fiona, and yes, Fiona on the recoup. So well, I've wished you well a couple of times throughout the fortnight, Fiona, but we certainly do. We hope you are continuing to be on the mend. Fiona, one of the great volunteers up there at Mudgeeraba. Does a fantastic job through the AO, and unfortunately didn't get to be part of the World Championships. I'm sure that hurt a lot, but hopefully your health is on the mend, Fiona. I actually am sure you were a big part of the World Championships too. Your hard work in the lead up would have been absolutely appreciated by all, I'm sure. Is Tristan looking to get down now, and does so.
Sneaks in for 2.
Yeah, and that's the difference. That's a slight difference in the bowls there, getting down on that. That's the narrow side of the rink and still turning into the breeze. Matt just crashing into his own. So advantage NT. Well, that is a tight line. Where is this going to end up? Just crashing into the front. So suddenly the draw line gets a bit interesting now.
Yeah, on both sides.
You're
drawing on the back end to get under and land a foot past the jack on the narrow side. Well,
that'll do.
That'll do for shot.
That is number one for sure. Very much creeping straight up the line with that cross breeze to hold it up. Not far away with this either. And there's Greg nestles and stays up. Yes. Yep. I thought that ball might drop out, but it stayed up on its edge.
Drops under. He's very close again. Right on the jack.
He is. What a shot.
Well, he's picked that perfectly.
Oh, and it didn't touch. That's incredible. It looked like it was going to touch and just sort of wiggled its way around the jack. Very close-up view of that as it got right to the edge of the jack and managed to avoid it. Well, Tristan will be working up this line again. He's got the ball behind to trail to. So it'll be nothing for short here. He'll be pushing up to sit this bowl out or trail, and you might see a slight difference in weight. Is he going big? And there's the difference. So he's got that out clean, and there's the difference. It's someone that knows WA conditions saying, I'm not going to try and just rest that out. I'm just going to whack it.
Yep.
Matt Sargeant with his reply just sneaks underneath and runs past. Okay, so Tristan's looking to play down onto the yellow shot bowl and pop the black out for potentially 4 shots. And if he trails it, he's hoping to go with it. That was the discussion. And he is close. Doesn't want the yellow clean now.
Get the edge of the black will work too. Ooh, not quite.
Still one yellow there. So can Matt fashion away up this line? Well, that's wider than he's been.
Yeah, it won't be coming back from there.
1 it is to the NT, and they lead at 5 shots to 1 after 4 ends. Yeah, that was an interesting insight just into the weight that Tristan chose to use there. There was every reason just to trundle up there and sit it for a couple. Trail of the jack, but he said no, that's the hardest way to play it. I'm just going to get it.
Yep. Plus he had the back of the green covered as well, so yeah, but it was the best option, wasn't it?
WA and Queensland in this section. It's a 5-4 lead to Queensland after 4 ends. If the Northern Territory win this match, then the winner of that WA and Queensland match will play for bronze tonight, as Greg is on the front of the jack there. And another nice effort here. Beautifully played.
2 good bowls there. Brilliant.
Of course, Tristan and Greg from the Darwin Club will be used to playing under that wonderful covered facility that they have up there. A quick synthetic surface.
Closer this time from Henry. Just needs to run it out slightly. Not a bad effort. 2 feet short.
Yeah, probably pushes Tristan to the other hand, you would think. Yeah, beautifully lined up there, those 2 yellow bowls. Backhand it is for Tristan.
To be on a pretty good path. Oh, this needs to hang on a bit. Oh yeah, it has. Well,
it's not a bad result.
Not bad.
Better than turning the yellow over and opening the door a little bit. It's going to make Matt Sargeant play a very exact bowl to get in there. And as we say that, he has played a very exact bowl and got in there. What a shot.
Absolute ripper.
Great bowl. So can Matt pair things up? Doesn't look like it. Just going to cross onto the front. It was just more the weight than anything. The line looked pretty good. So shot bowl protected behind a wall of bowls there, as you see. That there's pretty much the view from the mat.
Well, Greg's swapping over to the forehand as well.
Yeah, perhaps just a little bit more room to get round the pack there, but doesn't want to join the pack. Is he round?
To get past.
Well, that's a well played bowl. Well, I'm wondering whether for the NT's sake they're better off firing one at the pack here and giving Tristan a shot to play.
Yeah, I think Tristan was looking for him to get a yard or so past, because I think Tristan still was fancying himself playing a shot with a bit of weight on that backhand to get down to Greg's bowl or through the gap back to Matt's bowl. So it's just pulled up a bit short.
Fair effort there from Henry. Just finishes on the yellow. I just wouldn't be surprised to see some weight here. So a bit of weight through to try and get down to the shot bowl or just open something up. Even that last bowl that's sitting on the front of the yellow, push that through. It might be a bit deep, I think. and at times you need to waste a bowl just to open things up and give that, the skipper that option of playing something to, a line to get through.
Yeah, well, Tristan's got a decision to make with his next bowl, whether he plays that backhand shot onto the wide wing one on the more a positive draw, which he probably won't be doing now.
It's closed down that angle, hasn't it?
I think you might be right, Clive. I mean, there is that option to...
Right through his own at the front there, the one that's sitting flat in the middle of that pack.
Yep.
That could come through and clip the shot bowl straight out of there.
You can also use this wing bowl.
Absolutely.
At 11 o'clock, the yellow bowl at 11 o'clock as we see it on the screen with a bit of weight on that.
We've seen Tristan keep it simple once in this game already. I just wonder whether he might be tempted to keep it simple here and just
open it
throw
up with
one
the
through
first
it.
one.
Yep. Well, it's not massive. Tristan has a distinct wind up when he's playing big weight.
He's looking for the wing yellow bowl. Just didn't get down.
I don't think he's made it 2, but that might be there might be a measure to be done there, but we'll wait and see. There's a few more bowls to be played yet. Just feel like might have missed a trick at not getting Greg to go through that middle pack and just open things up, but all comes down to preference. So Matt now playing the backhand. And he won't want to really move too much in the pack. He'll want to just be sliding round there, because he knows he's got one shot and it's fairly well protected.
Yeah, that's a good result there. Any covered by any jack movement with weight that Tristan plays.
All right, well, I think he's still going to be playing that working round the pack type shot. Only trouble is it is the narrow hand, and whilst the wind's down, it'll probably get back. He just doesn't need a puff of wind when it gets to the important stage.
Looks like he's winding up, Clive.
It does. This looks bigger. And he's missed. So he was looking for the outside bowl down to Jack, I'd say, and all right, well, we'll see whether this is 1 or 2. We may have a measure coming out for second.
I think it's 2. I'm going to put a tape on, but got a feeling it's 2.
2 it is. So the ACT just strike back after dropping 3 ends in a row. They close the gap to just 2 shots by scoring exactly that. It's a 5-3 lead to the NT after 5. Updates from the women's pairs at the moment. A 6-2 lead to Queensland over the ACT. It's a 5-2 lead to New South Wales over Tasmania. 10-3 the lead to Victoria over the NT. And 7-4 South Australia over WA. And in the men's pairs, just the one game not being live scored there. We've got Tasmania 5-3 over Victoria at the moment, and WA 7-5 over Queensland. Unfortunately, I don't have the New South Wales South Australia game, and that is on the far green, so can't give you any updates on that one, unfortunately. Mixed pairs, that all-important clash between Tasmania and South Australia. Tasmania leading that one 6-1 after 4 ends. That's Courtney Hobbs and Tim Dowse that we covered in our previous match against Laney McGorman and Brett Davis. And that New South Wales Victoria clash where the winner basically will play for gold. New South Wales leading that one 5-0 after 4. Patrick still enjoying this from Bavaria in Germany. Good on you, Patrick. Joined us yesterday as well. All right, Henry holding shot here for the ACT. Matt looking to get round the front and add another. Is he round the front? No. Just crashes. And perhaps creates a line now for Tristan to get in there. Fair bit of breeze on this one. And just finds the gap.
Handy spot though.
Well, particularly with that, with the bowl out the front forcing a slightly tighter line through down into that gap. Nice effort here from Matt round his own. That's a good bowl. I feel like Tristan will be just trying to get under there with as close to draw weight as he can. Don't think he'll be carried away with landing weight. He's going to nudge their own bowl up. Maybe made second, but
probably good enough for second shot.
People from, we've got Cape Town there. That's good to see. We'll talk about the cricket from last night.
Well, he's on a good path again here, Henry. Just needs to run, and he has.
Just shows you the difference in the line on the bowls. Absolutely. There. That line was available well underneath the front bowl. Whereas with the more turning bowls, it's a finer line to get underneath the front there, to get to there on the draw. But there is a land available now. Just passing through. Paul Holsky raiding our desk for a couple of snacks. Right, so now Greg looking to just play that weight up there again, look to land or trail. He's got the trail available. Tristan sitting just behind with that bowl that we said would be useful. Now can Greg get the jack down to there? How's the weight? He hasn't really played the weight. That was jack high at best. Needed another metre on that, and then the line actually would have been pretty good.
Yeah, I think he was so focused on getting the right line there, Clive, he's forgot to send it. Which you can sometimes do when it's tricky conditions and you're focused on that line.
Particularly right into the face of the breeze too. Well, the shot's still going to be there. This one's just going to turn across the front. So the shot's still there for Tristan.
I think Tristan will look to play slightly more positive here to make sure, take a bit of the guesswork out of it. He's a bit unsure.
This is going to drop. This is going to drop under. The issue that he's got now is if he gets to the split between those two bowls, he's really not making it any better because the jack will head out towards Matt Sargeant's bowl. And the job for Matt Sargeant is make this as dangerous for Tristan to attack as he can.
Yeah, the bowls are on an awkward angle to the jack, aren't they? And the way they're sitting on its
this is going to be
edge.
This is going to be a very good shot.
Good shot here.
Gets the jack round the corner to a bit more safety and quite possibly still.
Could be 3 or 4.
Just get back down to the head end.
We got NT's closest bowl is.
That's
there
we
go.
There we go. So that's it's probably still
3,
two
I'd
and
say.
2 and a look, yeah. Well, there is a way in on the backhand, but it would have to be exact. They're both Tristan's bowls coming up there, so opportunity to play up there, maybe get the gap or draw the shot, turn up the bowls.
I think that's the only option he's got really, isn't it? There's not much offering on the forehand, so he could be right there.
And this could be for the ACT to take the lead. And he's trotting after it.
Tell you
Knows
what,
he's in the area.
he's close.
Up and over, little edge.
That's a very good shot.
Oh, has he got? No, he hasn't
Second
got the
shot.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe took 2 out of the equation though.
Certainly. That is the end of that end. So 1 more on the board to the ACT. The NT hold the lead 5 shots to 4 after 6. Remembering if the Northern Territory win this game, then they are straight through to the gold medal match. Now, if they don't, WA is currently leading Queensland 7-5, so there's perhaps a little shot buffer there. Well, they've got 10 shots that can be the turnaround, so at this stage there's a shot buffer there for them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be thinking too much about that at this stage. They just want to be thinking of winning.
A couple of nice comments coming through for Tristan's last bowl. Certainly was right in the zone. Really couldn't have wished to play that much better. Just needed the result to go his way in the end. So that bowl about 4 foot short of the jack from Greg gives Henry the chance to add another to his good work with his first. Looks to have done a pretty good job with it too. Looks to have done a very good job with it.
Great shot.
Did he manage to avoid touching the jack there?
I think he almost did. He's done that twice. The wind's just held it.
Can we get that right in close and see how far away from the jack that is? We might do that after Greg's played his bowl.
No, Tristan's moving down to chalk it.
Well, is it actually touching the jack at the moment? It may well be. Maybe just settled and touched. Look at that. How low. Look at that, sitting right on the jack. Don't bump it. don't mind testing Mitch out with the pictures every now and then. And he's come through with flying colours most times.
He's done well.
Gives himself a little sneaky shout out in the comments every now and then as well. No, he's been very much welcome to the Sport of Bowls over the last couple of weeks, and he's done a fantastic job for us.
Well, it's a pretty good bowl here by
How
Matt.
far is this jack going? Not far at all. Well, that's one of those good... One of those, the ones that you weigh up. Was it really a good shot? He's opened things up. And then what you look to do as the opposition now is punish immediately. Don't know that that's going to get it done. Weight was good. Weight was outstanding.
Perfect.
Feels like backhand for Matt to me. Hide that jack away. That's where he's headed.
Yeah, looking to roll Henry's bowl once.
David Baker looking to give the cameraman a pay rise. And Mitch letting us know how good does this Mitch guy sound.
Well, you know, all care, no responsibility, Clive. I'd say yes, let's just give Mitch a pay rise. I'd be happy with that.
Riding the breeze, not quite going to get down.
Not with the weight, no.
Probably another example of where those in-between shots look like the shot to play, but they're just hard to get.
I think if there's any sort of setup similar to that when Tristan goes back up the other end, we might
faster,
see the big dog come out.
A bit more of a big backswing?
I think we might see that. So that being the case, I think Henry will be, a bit like before, will be looking to get down to his own bowl and turn that over. A little bit of jack movement will be okay.
I can tell you as a younger man, that backswing of Tristan's was extremely high. It was one of the biggest backswings you'll see. Well, that's changed the angles.
It has.
It's now basically a very similar shot, but on the backhand, which is a slightly bigger target on the backhand. Slightly more sort of inviting angles there. If Greg's got the weight, just hasn't quite given it.
Just lacking a bit of weight there. The actual line track on that one was actually quite good. It was just lacking that 6 feet of weight.
Yeah, so Tristan calling for another metre. I think that's at least.
Oh, he's certainly reaching this time.
That was a big call, Troy. Made it by a bowl.
Only just. Oh, that's a bit harsh, Clive. He made it by 2 bowls.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll see Tristan be playing a little bit more positively on
More
that.
serious. Yep. Matt gets a chance first just to get in there and just nudge the jack. He'd love to just nudge it in behind that bowl and just take that target away. He'll know that Tristan's going to be at it. Just on the wide side. Bit of a consolation prize there at the back of the rink. I mean, realistically, Tristan can play whatever weight he likes at this.
Well, you know, he's probably almost better off playing bigger rather than not, because he touches the jack out through that gap there, through the hole. We've got some catching bowls there from...
I think he's going to be looking for about 4 metres away for a solid trail. That's the way I'd like to see it played. Don't think he's quite got that much on it.
He's playing a draw weight.
Well, he's done it pretty well.
He's on a great path.
Just dives.
Well, still 2 down.
Still, it's another one in there for them, and maybe builds a case for a little bit more attacking shot with the last. Can Matt do anything about it with his last? Line's not bad.
He's
Line
close
is
to
not
touching
bad
the
at
jack
all.
here. Oh. It was
And
almost
I think
very
we're lining
good.
up. I think we're lining up big weight now. Didn't feel comfortable. He's just let that go, and he's going to line up again. Big weight. Bang. All of them go.
Great shot,
What a
Tristan
shot.
Smallacombe.
That is going to be 2. Is Greg going to go looking for a third? I think he is, but I don't know that he's going to get it. 2. 2 it is. Got him out clean. Given the fact that 2 of them were sitting there together, it just needed big weight to and nice solid contact. He got that nicely. So a 7-4 lead now to the northern team of the 2 territories, and that's after 7 ends have been played. Next door in the women's pairs, Victoria lead that 11 shots to 4. And that is essentially it's a bit of a race on margins, actually, that one, because if South Australia and Victoria both win, South Australia have a 4-shot margin advantage.
I think the other ladies section's a bit more interesting, Clive. How is the Queensland game going on the
have
ACT?
A look at those. I'll just get to that competition and have a look for you, Troy.
Yep.
Ask and you shall receive. All right. Well. Queensland lead the ACT after 7 ends, 15-2.
Well, that throws a spanner in the works for the ACT.
That is huge. New South Wales leading 6-3 over Tasmania. As I said, 11-4 to Victoria over the NT, and South Australia lead 11-5 over WA. So, at the moment, Queensland is sitting in the gold medal match position in Section 1 of the women's pairs. Incredible.
Yeah. So back here on this rink, we've got a good start by both leads there.
I would suggest that you don't necessarily make new friends with people that are trying to entice you to do so. Those comments have been removed. We'll try and remove them as quickly as possible, but if anyone's looking to become your new friend right here, I would say just wouldn't be doing that. We haven't had an awful lot of those interruptions. As a great shot there from Matt, gets onto the front of the jack. Of course, we are all friends here on Rinkside Live. Some of us just aren't who we say we are. David Baker. But she loves me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nice bit of sun on our backs at the moment as it's making its way down. Well, we're 4:15 local time at the moment. There's a nice shot of the sun heading, making its way down for the evening. It's done its job for the day.
Yeah, a bit less cloud today, so we should see the sun still up by 6:45, I'd say.
Yeah. And David saying on Tristan's last drive when he stepped off the mat, he thinks he changed hands. I think you're spot on, David. I think he did. I think he looked at the angle and went, I'd rather hit that. I'd rather hit that on the other hand. So Greg looking to get down to Tristan's bowl that's essentially jack high.
On a decent track here.
Certainly is. Just held.
Oh, just held a fraction. Just the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not coming back, I don't think.
Strong breeze still around. And this side being the narrow side at the moment with that strong breeze. And you can see just the bowl's just struggling to get back. Well, it eased its way back. Just one, didn't do enough to count. And really, has Tristan switched to the forehand here?
He has, yep.
Didn't fancy his chances of getting shot down there anymore, so looking to shape one in here on the forehand. Looks tight.
He wants to be, but...
Well, he's caught a little edge.
Wow.
Well, that will do the job, and he has apologised. So he has apologised to Matt Sargeant. That wasn't what he was looking for. The old apology that we register to acknowledge that it's a little bit lucky. We're not really that sorry, but we just acknowledge that it wasn't quite what we were after.
I'm sure he'll take the two shots that he's currently holding now.
Yeah, we're never that sorry that we don't take them.
Clive.
Yeah. This is very close. What's happening here? Jack out to the side.
Got jack movement, but is it still 2 or 3, is it?
Yeah, well, there's 2 for sure.
Could be actually more than that, 4, 5.
That's 3. And the yellow bowl will still be of interest. I don't think it'll be any more than that. I think they'll look for a 4th. I don't think it'll be any more. It is...
No.
Was it 3?
3.
So a slightly fortunate result for Tristan, and that encouraged Wade, and he was a little unlucky, was Matt Sargeant to pop it out for a worse result. 10-4 the lead now to the NT after 8 ends. We've just gone past the halfway mark. Martin Rolfe watching in Singapore and enjoying the commentary. Good on you, Martin.
Well, that was certainly a change of fortune, that end. I think Matt would have been thinking there on the mat when Tristan was playing his last bowl, gee, we've got pretty solid shot
and
here.
as it dropped across the front, he would have gone, okay, well, I think we're safe.
Yep.
A little slide, and
then to drop a 3.
Suddenly they drop 3, and a nice start here. That is a very good bowl in strong windy conditions at the moment. Pretty nice reply as well. Well, Greg just tried to correct that weight and came up just a little bit short. Well, Henry not worried about that potentially being in his way. He's just going to try and draw around it. And he's done very well with it. That is beautifully played. Now right there, that's an experienced lead that says, I don't care that there's a bowl that might be slightly in the way. I'm going to stick with what I do and draw around it. Plenty of people that would have looked at that bowl and said, look, it's the tightish hand, I'll switch, and then you're out in new territory where you really don't know necessarily so much about where the line is.
Not too far away, Tristan. Good weight.
Tristan won't be too concerned about being 2 down at the moment. He just want to get a couple of bowls in the head here, and then
give them
they
options.
Can think about some attacking shots later. Matt will do enough to hold up here. So that will be 3. Eight all between Queensland and WA in the men's pairs. Winner of that likely to be playing for bronze, but the winner of it can still challenge to win the section if the NT were to lose this one, but the 10-4 advantage certainly got a strong grip on the gold medal match at the moment. Although, as Matty adds another one here, makes 4, and Tristan's last bowl is acting as a little bit of a guard. If we just pan back up and just see that bowl of Tristan's at the front bit further. Oh, well, there you go, you see it from that angle. So Tristan's bowl guarding that target right now. Looks like Greg's going to play the forehand and try and shape down onto the pack from that side.
Just calling him to draw around the front.
Yeah, with a bit of a landing zone to play to.
Yep. Flop off the wing bowl there.
Key is not getting out too deep.
Which is...
It's probably overdone the weight slightly. Playing to that land. He will stay on at the... No, he has stayed on at the back. Wow.
I'm not sure how that stayed on.
Wow. In this wind, he's still a chance to go.
I think Tristan was actually quite happy with that weight, so we might just try and see a correction in the line rather than the weight here, so we'll see.
I think it needs to be slightly less just to find a little bit more turn.
He's still playing with that reaching weight.
Well, this one's turning earlier.
He's close here.
Oh, that's a super effort. That is quite an unlucky result, really. He got almost to the perfect split, which didn't slow his bowl down. So he just pushed the two bowls aside and kept running.
Well, the ACT won't be too unhappy about that result themselves because it's removed that landing, those two bowls, that giving Tristan the ability to land.
Yeah,
so,
I agree. Yep. There, that bowl just sitting at the back of the rink. All by itself back there. I don't think it's going to come into play because Tristan's just playing draw weight.
I'm not sure he's out wide enough here. No, and lacking a bit of weight as well. Oh, here's an opportunity here for Matt to draw another one.
The challenge here is to add another one without making too much of a target, Troy. There's really nothing for NT to play to at the moment.
If he can get just behind his purple bowl behind the head there, that would be, and counting, that would be perfect.
Where is he going to land here? Well, that is going to be very tempting for Tristan to reach through now. I think he's going to attack this. That bowl has just widened it enough for him to get a look at it. So needs to miss his own front bowl. He's crashed right through the pack and nothing has happened. So this is going to be a big count for the ACT.
They're currently holding 4. Basically free draw here for Matt. He's on a nice path again.
How's
the weight?
Yeah, I think
he's okay.
Close.
He's good.
What a great shot. That is going to be 5 shots to the ACT,
it's a great
and that
pickup.
margin is gone. 10-9 the lead to the NT over the ACT. 6 ends to play in this one. Now, what is happening? Still 8-all between Queensland and WA. So there's no bridging of margin happening over there just yet. So NT still holds that 10-shot buffer that they had coming into the match. I mean, I guess it's 11 shots at the moment, but still holds a comfortable grip on a shot at a gold medal. but they'd want the next couple of ends to go their way.
Yeah, well, there's still plenty of ends in the game on both of those rinks to decide either way, so long way to go.
Let's see if we can do a little bit of round the grounds for you. Well, Clark and Turley lead at 19-2 after 9 ends, so they are making an absolute run for our women's pairs final tonight. The Atkinson pairing are leading 12-5 over the NT. South Australia lead 15-5 over WA. Now, in that section, South Australia have a 4-shot advantage over Victoria coming in. Victoria are currently up by 7 and South Australia are up by 10. So still some shots to play out there. Both of them are on a win and a draw coming into this match. So if they both finish on 2 wins and a draw, it'll come down to shots up. And I think we're just getting an update next door there. I think the NT might have just scored 3. So that would close that margin back to just 4-shot advantage to Victoria. The scoreboard's being updated right now, so I'll give you that once that's done. Yep, 3 it was. So 12-8 to Victoria now over the NT. So a bit of work to do for Victoria if they want to make the gold medal match.
Not a bad start here by Matt. Lovely weight.
Matt with an opportunity just to replicate his previous attempt. And that is one thing he generally does pretty well. He's done it fairly well there, that'll do. So a bit of a charge coming from the ACT here on the back of 5 on the last end. Albeit after NT scored 5 combined on the previous 2 ends. Tristan looking to get down and land here, doesn't want the gap, finds the gap.
Well, a couple of important bowls coming up for Greg here.
I'm not sure. David Baker might be in a position to answer that one about whether they occasionally get a croc or any snakes on the green in the NT. I don't know about that. Probably more chance of a snake than a croc, I think.
I do recall seeing a couple of brown snakes at the Broome Airport, which are similar territory. Yeah, now Greg's dropped short there, and he needs to find that 2 or 3 metres with his next.
Just a challenging weight to find as you're pushing into the teeth of the breeze in this direction. Generally, when you've got a breeze that's up and down the green, up into it's the hardest way to find. With it, the bowls tend to react a bit nicer. Cody Packer's called the change of hat. Tristan Smallacombe. Well, Greg's done a fine job with this. That's a really important bowl.
That's a good bowl.
Yeah. That gives options now. Turn that up or sitting on bowls now. Much better situation for the NT team. Matt trying to get another one up there, but he's just missed the line. Weight would have done enough to get there. So now Tristan, a little bit of a licence just to have probably a metre of weight up there. Turn the bowl on the line or just creep underneath. A little slide down to the shot bowl. That last bowl of Greg Wetzler just gives him some options. Needs it to hold on now.
Could still slide off that front one. Oh, not quite.
Right, a very friendly fly. I've sent him your way, Troy. Well, that's not going to reach, so Tristan with last say on this end. It really makes no difference to any of the angles, so he's pushed it out to a slightly wider line. Has he got the weight to carry here? He's close.
The weight's pretty good.
Well, he's got the wiggle through the front, but not quite the angle that he wanted. So it's going to be one more to the ACT, and after 10 ends, it is 10-10-10 on the scoreboard. (9-8) lead to Queensland over WA after 9 ends there. So at the moment, with Queensland in front, they would still have 9 shots to make up on the Northern Territory pairing. So a lot's going to play out over the next 2 or 3 ends. I'm not entirely sure what's happened out on the road there, but it sounded like...
I think something's fallen off the roof of that ute that went past.
There was a loud noise came from the road, and there's cars slowing down to a standstill. So something's happened out on the road there, but no accidents or anything like that, and hopefully not one as a result of. There's definitely some debris left out on the road. We can tell from the reaction of the cars.
It might have been a ladder. Tradie's ladder.
It's a very, very busy road.
There comes the tradie running down back from the car.
There he is. You can see him in your picture there.
We'll soon see what it is in a minute. I'm guessing my bet is $1.50. It's a ladder. Oh no.
No, it's just
not a ladder.
Some metal work. Certainly made a loud racket. And he's got that off the road, and he had to go and tie that down a little bit more than what he's done. So, well, luckily no accidents over there, so that's good news. But yeah, very busy Marmion Avenue there that runs right along the coastline, pretty much turns into West Coast Highway, and actually quite a nice drive along there too. he's got to go and carry it all up to his vehicle that's a bit further up the road.
Anyway, back to the bowls.
Yeah. Whipping through here. Has he got the gap?
Oh.
He sort of got the gap. He got both posts. Honestly, just when I thought Mitch had all the angles covered, he's even got roadside incidents covered. Dear, oh dear.
No, he's definitely chasing that pay rise. Righto, Tristan got it away. Looks to be on a good track again. I'm just going to drop under.
Hang on for a second, perhaps.
Yeah.
Does.
Bolt.
All right, Henry on his way with this, but he's, I don't know whether he was looking to cover the back, but he's overdone it, and that will drop in. So shadows start to come across the rink.
Played this pretty well, Greg.
He's played it very well. He's drawn this, has he?
He has. Just needs
Well,
to
the ball
fall
stood
over.
up, so it doesn't quite. We get a very good look at that from where we're seated, as of you, really. But it's definitely still one to the ACT. Yeah, those shadows will play a little bit of a part. In fact, the shadows are us. Marquee that we're sitting under. So that will play a little bit of a part over the next few ends. There's also a toilet building to our right. That's that shadow you see up in that far corner. Well, that makes things interesting. That's now 3 seconds as we see our little marquee that on the green looks a little bit more like a circus tent. But that makes things a little more interesting because that's 3 seconds and we've seen Tristan not afraid to attack. So Matt Sargeant will be looking to get another one in here.
Played this pretty well. Just need to get down. Well, that's a good shot, but still an opportunity here for Tristan.
Well, there was a very inviting trail of the jack available here. To no avail there. But he has turned that Matt Sargeant bowl back out of the head. So again, the NT sits with 3 or 4 seconds here. And again, Matt Sargeant must try and get another one in the area. Either close or just in behind to cover the trail. Well, that isn't going to do the job. So now it's a decision for Tristan as to how much weight he wants to play here. There is actually an angle where he can get both of Matty's bowls. He actually doesn't need to. He just needs to get that bowl out of there. I think he'll attack this. I think the getting the bowl out clean's easier than trying to trail it down the line.
Even if he takes one of his own bowls out in the process, as long as the jack's not moving too far.
He's got both options. The trail down the line is still there, so he's got a choice. And I think he's made the choice of trail.
Yeah, just looking to correct on his last. His weight was pretty good. It was just blind more than anything. He's a bit under again. He's going to need luck here.
And no luck. So 1 it is to the ACT and 11-10 lead now to the ACT with 4 ends to play. Queensland lead 10-8 over WA. So that is a 3-shot turnaround, which means NT are still in by 7 shots at the moment. Sorry, that is still in by 9 shots at the moment because the NT actually have a 12-shot advantage over Queensland. The 10-shot advantage was over WA.
Yeah, well, realistically, still plenty of time for either of those sides there.
(19-3) to Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark at the moment. They had an 18-shot buffer to Bridge, but they're playing each other, so that halves to 9. They're currently in front by 16.
Ends to play?
5. Tasmania are in front of New South Wales. Deb Lee and Kim Saunders in front of Ellen Faulkner and Karen Murphy. So that's going to make things, I mean, in the end, to feature for a medal, Ellen and Karen must win to feature for any sort of medal. Given the fact that Queensland are winning. Other matches, the Atkinson pairing are up 12-10 now against... Sorry, 13-10 is the latest update there. Looks like there's still one to go on there. So there it is, 13-10 after 12. South Australia lead 18-6 over WA. So South Australia making their move for a spot in a gold medal match tonight. Nice shot here from Matt if he has the trip. And just comes up.
Pulling up a fraction short.
Down there in the shadows. won't be far away from shot if it falls in.
So that's it. It's the shot.
Well, Tristan just looking for a clean line in. Well, just catches the edge of the front and falls off. So a few bowls all in the mix for shot there. Still a little bit of practice happening over on the other greens, but most have got their practice in by the look of it. Coming up to 10 to 5 local time. Don't think this has quite got the journey for Greg.
There's a well played bowl here by Henry. He gets off the edge of Greg's or inside it. Yep.
Didn't even need to, did he? Yeah, just dropped in beautifully.
Got in beautifully. At least a couple, I'd say.
There's just a little bit of pressure looming here for Tristan and Greg. You know, with that scoreline 10-8 next door, it takes a big score to happen over there, and suddenly the pressure can go on as Greg tried to find a way in there, but only succeeded in turning up the opposition bowl. Not sure whether it's 2.
Yeah, from where we sit, it does look 2.
It does, yeah.
But angles can be deceiving.
It was the women's pairs match that was going on right next door. Well, Matt's right in the zone here. How much jack's he getting here? He's getting no jack. So just passed underneath. No difference to the count there.
Half a jack there would have been very nice for the
Yeah,
ACT guys.
Doesn't surprise me that Tristan might be thinking of just whacking that front bowl and clearing a few out here. Just keeping it simple on a hand. It's a bit tricky. You know, to find a line there on the draw is just a little bit tricky with that bowler Matt Sargeant in the front. I think he might be looking to lift something out of there here. You could find all 3 of those bowls on that side of the head and get the lot.
Yeah, and if he misses it narrow, he's jack clean through that hole there.
All shot bowl. A big weight. Well, he's cleared a couple out and given himself a look still at the shot bowl. It'll be interesting to see if he plays that again, and that may depend on what Matt does with this one.
Well, that can be positive with his draw shot, because any touch on the jack here for the ACT, and they're looking at potentially 4 shots. So you definitely be wanting to arrive at least.
Well, he's doing that.
Tell you what, he's played this well. Oh, just...
Gee, that looked for all money like it was getting there, and it's just pulled up short on the line. So that's probably going to stop Tristan playing big weight, I think, because that allows him to get a bad angle and chip others, chip their own out. So I think he'll be just trying to draw the shot now and beat the shot bowl. So it's 5-5. That indicates we've still got at least about 35 minutes on the clock. I think we started just after 3, so it would be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, should be okay. We've got, 3 ends to play after this one, so I don't think time will be a factor.
No, and looking across, most are on pretty much par with where we're at.
Yep, so Tristan's just drawing here. Nice. Doesn't want to get onto that one.
Well, he has, so that's going to be a couple. That will be 2 to the ACT. They've now won 4 ends in a row, and they lead at 13 shots to 10 with 3 to play. Queensland leads WA 10-9 after 11. So right now that's a 4-shot turnaround, so still 8-shot advantage to the NT across the section.
Yeah, well, NT will just be looking to secure a couple of the last ends to be played.
You'd think that would do enough if they can do that. 19-4 lead to Turley and Clark after 11 ends over Di Marquette and Kristen Steele from the ACT. So still a handful of shots in favour of Queensland there in terms of winning the section. And Ellen Fortner and Karen Murphy have snuck back in front, 10 shots to 8 over Deb Lee and Kim Saunders from Tasmania. 10-8 after 11 ends. The Atkinsons lead 13-11. Victoria, that is, over NT. That's Siobhan Tootle and Elise Crisp. And we've got a 21-6 lead to South Australia over WA, so they have almost locked down that gold medal position,
Yep.
the gold medal match position for tonight's big one. So at this stage, South Australia and Queensland in the box seats for a gold medal match-up tonight in the women's pairs final.
Well, that was a fairly handy result there.
Fortuitous little slide off the front.
Still, in all these sorts of things, Clive, luck is essential.
So just a reminder here, the NT don't need to necessarily win this match. They must keep the margin close. Perfect line for Matt Sargeant, and the wind just dies away a little. We saw last night that the wind just dropped away for the evening session, the final session of the night.
Good shot here by Tristan.
Shot. Yeah, he's played it
Gonna be
really
all
well.
over the jack here almost. Oh, a foot short, not bad. Well, Matt will be wanting to get right down to this now. Jack movement would be perfect for them.
Well, it looks like he had that in mind, but he just got out to a whitish line. The weight was fine to get that little tuck around the corner.
Was good.
Now Tristan with some confidence up through his own bowls to draw another one. Has he got the trip? I don't think so.
Yeah, be disappointed with that one.
Yeah, knowing that, you know, anything just behind or even pushing the yellow to a spot just behind the jack was a nice result. The danger now is that Henry Lawson goes down there and tucks that jack round the corner, and it's going to be very hard to get to. Don't forget that Queensland WA match, while we're looking at the influence it has over the gold medal match position, it also has a influence over the bronze medal match position, because the winner of that match,
Henry Lawson,
Henry does get that jack round well. That is a clear 4 shots at the moment to the ACT.
So that'll force Greg onto his backhand to follow that one down. Be looking to get to those bowls, touch the jack. Cut down the margin at least.
How's the pace on this?
I don't think he's quite there, is he?
Nope.
Nope.
That just makes the job a little trickier because it just sits in the line a little bit. The correct line is just around it, but it's just going to make it look very ugly from the mat end.
Well, there'll be... pressure will increase if Henry can add another one here. I think he's going to pull up short himself. Yep.
There you go. Tristan's already given away that hand now that that bowl's sitting up there parked in the line. So forehand it is. Just looking to beat the front, really. Nothing more. Just needs to beat the front, and that will cut it back to 2.
Played good weight here.
Oh, this is a great shot. That's a really good bowl.
Excellent bowl.
Cuts it back to 2 when every shot counts at the moment.
Yeah, well, Matt can afford to play quite confidently down on that forehand. He's gets to the yellow bowl, and if he's a fraction narrow, he's got Henry's bowl also to promote up there. So having said that, though, he's going to play backhand.
Welcome, Troy, to where you call a shot and then they play something completely different.
I'm a bit surprised with that, because there's not a lot of danger on the forehand for Matt.
No.
Yeah.
Crashes into the front, so I expect Tristan will play similarly to the shot that he called Greg on. If he can turn the yellow over, you know, with an outside roll, he could actually make shot, and it'd be nicely tucked away. Just basically a roll and a half, 2 rolls on the yellow, with no danger of pushing it too far, as long as he controls the weight.
No one's not going to get there.
All right, well, this is Matt's last bowl for the end. Still one to come for Tristan. You weave a way through. Nobody has pushed up it's really going to make no difference because there's no way Tristan can get through that pack to those 2 bowls. So he's just going to have to play something similar to his last, with the unfortunate thing being his own bowl now sits more in the way. Where's he going here? Nowhere. Okay, so that is going to be another 2 on the board to the ACT. They lead at 15 shots to 10. This is just tightening up a little bit, Troy. 5 ends in a row now to the ACT. Currently the shots margin, NT would be on +8. Queensland would be on +2 at the moment with the scores as they are. So still 6 shots up their sleeve, but those shots are disappearing end after end at the moment.
Yeah, certainly, obviously the NT boys would just like to score, having lost the last couple of ends. What's that, Clive? 4 or 5 ends in a row?
5 ends in a row.
5 ends in a row, so get the scoreboard ticking over back in their own direction would be very handy.
I think WA has won the end over there. Now, I'm not sure that helps the NT though.
I think what's going in their favour at the moment, the NT boys, is that the WA Queensland game looks to be a game of ones.
Yes, yeah, yep.
So there hasn't been any high scoring in that game.
10-all at the moment after 12 ends, which still only leaves the NT with a 5-shot buffer because they've got a lesser buffer over WA than they do over Queensland. So the one to WA actually narrows the buffer that the NT has up their sleeve. Being asked about the scores from the Tassie mixed. I'll see if I can get that for you, James. I'm just not sure whether that one was being live streamed. I think it was. Live scored, I should say, not live streamed. I think it was. Yes, we do have that. Tasmania leading that one 18 shots to 6. So Courtney Hobbs and Tim Dowse pushing their way towards a gold medal match opportunity. And wow, New South Wales and Victoria 9-all after 12 ends. New South Wales currently sitting on 2 wins +17. Victoria 1 win +16. So that can get very interesting. I mean, essentially, New South Wales win there is not really an advantage over Victoria, because if Victoria win, they flip the shots. Now, ACT are 16-12 up over WA. So ACT are not going to challenge for gold. They would have to win by a big margin. But they can still make a bronze if New South Wales beat Victoria. So there you go, you're up to date. Those matches are being live scored, so you actually can get those by going to the Bowls Now app, clicking on results.
Yeah, good shot here by Triz.
Yeah, great shot.
As he draws a shot.
As we play the second last end of this one, should take the opportunity once again to thank Tourism Western Australia. Walking on a dream here in Western Australia. Certainly feels like it with the weather we've had over the last 2 weeks. It's been amazing as Tristan looks to add another. Of course, the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries, Local Lottery West, and the City of Joondalup. All the action is happening right now. Experience more in Joondalup town, and we certainly will experience more over the next couple of days as well, with the fours and the singles still to come. But But don't go too far away, because we're not far off having more gold medals decided tonight right here in Joondalup town.
Henry searching up here, a couple of yards on that backhand tight side. Looking to sit that bowl. Just a fraction wide though. Henry just looking to back it off a touch from his last bowl. Just gets under there, and well, he was very close to
caught an edge. Yep.
Very close there.
Gee, that's an inviting shot down there on the forehand now, isn't it? And the NT need another bowl in there, because that is a very inviting shot for Matt Sargeant to go down there and sit Tristan's bowl straight out of the head.
He just got a bit too much run on it. I'm not sure whether Tristan was calling him to be that deep.
Well, they hold one, but this is a vulnerable one. You can bet your bottom dollar that Matt Sargeant's going to be searching up there on the forehand to try and sit that bowl straight out of the head for 3 or 4. Plays these shots very well. Would not expect him to be far away here. He's on the wideish side, just outside the target, so Tristan might almost look to play the same shot here. Try and take the danger away. He's also passed on the outside. Bit of danger at the back there for Matt Sargeant if he gets the jack, but I don't think it'll stop him playing this shot. Well, this is down on a tighter line. How tight is it?
Drop under.
Tristan will be very aware of the numbers here. That is a gentle attempt to try and draw without doing any damage. So that is going to be one more on the board to the NT. They trail by 4 shots, 15 shots to 11, the ACT leader. One end to play. Still 10 all over there between Queensland and WA as they're nearing completion of another end. So 3 bowls left to play on their 13th end. We'll let you know what happens over there. But right now we're going into the final end here. The Atkinsons from Victoria have won their match 17-11 over the NT women's pairs combination, so that will see them into a bronze medal match tonight, because they can't catch South Australia, who have put on a big performance in round 3. Leading at 24-8 over WA. Queensland still leading 20 shots to 5. Turley and Clark. So
Look like they're doing enough.
that will look like they will hold on. They had to make up 9, so that still gives them that 6-shot buffer. And in terms of a bronze medal outing, that's going to get close in terms of shots. New South Wales are leading by 1. At the moment, that wouldn't actually bridge the gap to the ACT, but it's only about 3 shots difference. So those last few ends over there, and they've both got 2 ends to play, so still a little bit to play out to see who's going to play for the medals tonight.
Great shot by Henry there to trail the jack off Greg's bowls. Yeah, pretty well played by Tristan.
It's not far off saying goodbye to us. You see those shadows starting to stretch right across the green now. Matt just lacking a metre or so on that. Probably more like 4 feet. One more update through from Queensland ACT women's pairs, 20 shots to 6. So a 14-shot lead to Turley and Clark, which gives them a 5-shot buffer going into the final end of their match. WA grab one more over there against Queensland. It's 11-10 now to WA. It would take them, if it stayed, well, clearly won't stay that way, but if it's a 1-shot margin, that would be a +4. NT are currently on a +9. So a really important end for the NT guys just to grab a score here, and that'll probably put them to safety.
Yeah, well, with the WA Queensland game into its 14th end now, I think you're right.
However, Henry's just added another.
They certainly wouldn't want to drop a 3 or a 4 here.
No, that would open the door.
Northern Territory would give the opportunity to the...
Yeah, and as I look over
to
to Warren Holt and Mark Wannenberg for WA, they're very aware of what's going on over here.
They've done the calculations.
There was even a little point over there as they were chatting, so they know what they're looking for.
They're both saying to themselves, if we just pick up a 3 or a 4
Yeah,
here...
we're a chance.
Yeah.
So can Tristan get the conversion back their way here? very close. He's
Oh.
very close to the jack.
He's got
caught the edge of the
edge
front.
of the jack. Gee, that was stiff.
The edge of the front didn't get to the jack. Otherwise, he was all over it.
Very close.
Damien Delgado cheering on his Tweed Ospreys. On your Damo. Good to have you joining us. Sue cheering on the ACT. And Barbara saying the ACT lead is brilliant. He has been good. Any temptation to just go flat out at the yellow bowl here. Could remove a lot. Does he just try and draw the shot? Well, it's not big.
Just drawing. It's on its way.
In the area again. He's found the gap. He's nudged the jack. Well, you can't go any closer with two bowls than that. And now Matt Sargeant has a chance to draw a third, and if he does so, it's going to put the NT in just a little bit of jeopardy.
Tell you what, he's not far away, Clive.
Has he got the run on it? He certainly has. Well, that is going to be three shots to the ACT, and they win the match by 7. That reduces the NT's margin to a +6. And WA are currently +4. WA needs 3 shots to take a place in the gold medal match. Now,
they're playing their second last end as we speak.
We might just see the outcome of this end. Now, we're going to be on a slightly compromised angle, but I'm sure Mitchell will do his best to give us the best he can.
From where we're sitting at the moment, it looks like WA are 1 down at the head.
So we will stay with you and at least see the outcome of this end and see whether WA are a chance to get there, or indeed Queensland. If Queensland were to get a big number here, they could still be in the mix as well.
Exactly.
So it's currently Queensland holding shot. Smart Wannenberg just passes and goes through the gap. So that white bowl is a Queensland bowl. So this is Tyler Pettigrew. Looks like he's dropping underneath the front. So no real change there. That is Warren Holt's bowl. That is that two-tone bowl that's just past the jack. So this is Warren Holt's WA bowl. And Warren doesn't look like WA know the numbers, because they're coming over and asking the numbers. Well, scores are on the board, so they've got the information they need. So Warren, if you can land the shot bowl or just turn the jack round the corner, There's actually a trail around the corner for a few. He's trotting down after it. He's not quite going to get there. So still 1 to Queensland at the moment. Of course, the winner of this match gets a berth in the bronze medal match as well. We can't forget that. So both teams still looking for that as well.
Mm.
So a reminder that WA must now win by 4 shots. If Queensland are to win, they have to win by 6 shots. Queensland currently holding 1. Jake Wren passes through for no result. Now, question for Warren, does he just look to remove that bowl? Still a bowl each to play on this end. I'm somewhat nervous, Tristan Smallacombe just next to us. Now, Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark have booked their place in the gold medal match tonight with a 21-6 victory over the ACT women's pairs. So we know our gold medal match will feature Queensland in the women's pairs as Warren Holt is on his way here. Now what's he got? He's got the bowl
and finished on top of his bowl.
Now is it 1 or 2? Well, still a bowl left to play, remember, so can't quite tell from our angle whether that's 1 or 2. Not even sure the players are sure.
Yeah, it looks a lot closer on the TV screen, but
now Tasmania have beaten New South Wales, so Ellen Faulkner and Karen Murphy have been eliminated. And it will be the ACT that will play for bronze in the women's pairs. Further to that, South Australia will play for gold. So our gold medal match will be Queensland versus South Australia. Kath Greenslade and Jodie Cotts. They will take on Claire Turley and Lindsay Clark. And the Atkinson pairing, the mother and daughter combination of Sam and Cheryl, will play for bronze against the ACT combination of Di Marquette and Kristen Steele. So Jake Wren with the final bowl of this end. Bonus coverage for you right here. And Jake on the attack. And he has missed. Now, is it 1 or 2? If it's 2, we have a very interesting finish coming up. Well, I think we've got an interesting finish anyway, but if it's 2, it gets that little bit tighter. There's the measure. So we'll stay with you for the final end of this match, given that it is going to come down to this.
Well, it's 2.
2. Well, that means that if WA wins this end, they go into the gold medal match position. If they lose the end, the NT stay in the gold medal match position, because currently it is equal on +6. So we're not going to be going to percentage unless this ends a tight end, I suppose. Now, let's see if we can just get what's happened in the mixed pairs for you. mixed pairs, Tasmania are playing for gold, and South Australia are playing for bronze. That's section 1. And in section 2, still waiting on a final result there. However, I don't think that can affect anything. So it looks like it will be Victoria playing for gold and New South Wales playing for bronze. And that is because Victoria won that final match 12-10 over New South Wales. So Victoria has elevated themselves into the first position on that table, and yeah, the ACT are not going to be able to bridge that gap. So that will definitely be the case. So the mixed pairs gold medal match will be Tasmania versus Victoria. The bronze medal match will be South Australia versus New South Wales. The women's pairs gold medal match will be Queensland versus South Australia. The bronze will be ACT versus Vic. The men's pairs gold medal match, well, we just don't know yet, because the result of this end is going to make a difference. So right now it's Queensland on the jack, Tyler Pettigrew. What a finish, incredible finish. Just waiting for a final score to come through in section 1 of the men's pairs to be able to give you those final standings. So we'll come back to that. Now Warren Holt looking to get to the bowl of the jack, and he's just drifted under. We are pretty much right on the timer as well, but that won't affect anything because they have commenced the final end. The warning is coming through right now. Here, Paul giving that to the players right now. Okay, and just checking the conditions of play. The end must be completed, so if it is killed, it will be replayed. So WA's task is to win the end. If they win the end, they get to play for a gold medal tonight. If they don't win the end, that then depends how many they drop as to whether they're playing for anything, because Queensland can still pinch a bronze medal outing tonight. Mark Wannenberg on the outside here. So we will be streaming the women's pairs final tonight. That will be between Queensland and South Australia. Lindsay Clark and Claire Turley versus Jodie Kotz and Kath Greenslade.
Well, I really think Warren needs to play a positive shot here. Not just trying to draw down to sit that or touch the jack. He really wants to. He can afford to spring this out a good 2 or 3 metres. They've got the last WA bowl catching there on the...
Well, he must change it. If they want to play for gold, he must change it.
Yeah, nice positive shot.
He's close, just on the outside. Sits amongst those bowls just past the jack.
Still hard shot.
Yeah, it's difficult for us to tell whether he can flick that bowl off the jack clean. There's a bunch of bowls just behind it, so it's hard for us to see the angle there. Remembering this is bonus coverage. Our televised match has been completed.
Looks like the jack's sitting right on the bowl, on the around the middle portion of that bowl. So any contact on that bowl, the jack's moving.
Now there's an added complication here, and that is Queensland want 4. Hence the big weight there. Queensland want to play for bronze. So if Warren misses here, it's not game over, because it could still be a killed end by Queensland. Just to add to the drama.
Yeah, I like the shot he's indicating. I like that better. Playing a forehand shot to get to the bowl and spring the jack out to the left-hand side as we're looking.
To that blue and yellow bowl on the outside.
To the blue and yellow bowl on the outside.
The angle's good for that.
Yeah. Trying to play that backhand exact shot to touch the jack. Very difficult with the wind blowing. I think he plays a nice positive shot on the forehand and tries to spring the jack out.
John, the ladies' pairs final is scheduled for 6:15 start Western Standard Time. So we're talking about 35 minutes from now is the scheduled start time. I'd suggest liking the Bowls Australia Facebook page and have your notifications on. And when we go live, you'll get a notification. Because with this late finish, it's unlikely to go early anyway, that's for sure. So here we go. Now I say Warren must get this, but I think you'll find that Jake will still be playing his last bowl, and
looks like he's still playing backhand. Similar shot to his last.
Looking for it to get down, it's not going to, so he's missed that. But what a remarkable situation we have here, because Jake, I believe, is going to try and kill this end. Tristan Smallacombe's thinking, well, I don't want you to kill the end. I just want to I just want it to be game over. I can see he's got a grin on his face. He's thinking, how does this work? So WA's chances of a gold medal match rely on Jake Ring killing this end or taking his own bowl out. He could actually rip his own bowl out for WA to go through. What a unique situation.
I'm not sure he can rip the bowl out. I think it's going to kill before it rips the bowl out.
Well, what's he got? Oh, he was looking for 4, so he had a chance to get all 3 of the WA bowls. Now that is going to be one to Queensland, which means that the... I think it is just one, isn't it? I'm just making sure. It is only one. Warren Holt's definitely got second shot there. Yeah. So that means that the NT hang on by 1 shot and get into the gold medal match. WA...
The gold medal match should be New South Wales NT.
I need to get the final results, Troy. We'll just make sure of that before we announce that. And yes, that is the case. So it'll be New South Wales versus NT in the men's pairs final, and Victoria in the bronze medal match, and they will take on WA for the bronze. So there you go. We might just run through those one more time for you in each of the disciplines before we leave you. Gold medal match men's pairs, New South Wales versus the NT, and bronze medal match Victoria versus WA. Gold medal match for the women's pairs, Queensland versus South Australia. That will be our match for coverage. And the bronze medal ACT versus Victoria. And finally in the mixed pairs, gold medal match Tasmania versus Victoria, and the bronze medal match South Australia versus New South Wales. That's where it all lines up. Thank you again, Troy. That was a thrilling finish.
Oh, it was, and hopefully the final lives up to last night's.
Women's pairs final coming to you in just over half an hour's time, so don't go too far. Make sure you go and get yourself a snack or something like that, and we will be back here at Joondalup to decide some more gold medals at the Nationals 2023 Australian Championships. We'll catch you back here shortly.